Right, hello, welcome to this midweek vlog. You join me on an evening session on a local water. First fish day on Friday night, double overtime in work over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, so I had to get out and we come here for a few fish. The vlog for that will be up in the coming weeks. I've had some nice fish. I've been lucky. I think I've landed on fish. Tonight I've walked around the place and it's very busy. There's people swimming, there's dogs in the water and everything. It's not my type of place, but it's local and hopefully I can get a few bites on here. So yeah, that was the fishing at the weekend. The vlog for that will be up, as I said, in the coming week or two. Apart from that, it's been work, and sometimes you just got to go in and put the hours in, and with the bait order for pike coming up, it'll certainly help out with that. So it's more than worthwhile going into work to do the overtime. Looking forward to this weekend. With my place where I work, you can't do 2 weekends on the bounce, so I'll definitely be out fishing this weekend, but hopefully it'll be on a river. I don't know where, because they're going to be low and clear still with all the rain. We've not had any rain, so the water's going to be low and clear, so it's going to be hard wherever we go. Onto the blog. Thank you for everyone who's subscribed. The blog's just past 500 subscribers, which was my goal for the end of the year. The first year on YouTube I set my goal at 500 subscribers, and it's past that with a couple of months to go. So thank you for everyone who's subscribed and everyone who keeps liking the videos and commenting. On these videos now, the Q&A, I've got a few questions saved up, but if you've got a question about any of me fishing, just drop it in the link below. And if you're into your fishing and you've got questions on me fishing, feel free to, you know, ask any type of question and I'll add it to the list. So let's get into this week's questions. Right, the first question this week was one sent in from a guy in Scotland whose local water was being poached by Eastern Europeans taking fish for the pot, and he wanted to know whether it was something that went on in England and whether it's something that I'd seen happen. I first encountered it on the River Dee with a van that used to turn up first thing in the morning taking pike up the bank in carrier bags, and it was reported to the EA, and eventually I think they've got on top of it there. My opinion on it has changed in the last year. I'm a bailiff for limb anglers on the local canal, and I've seen both sides of the coin this year. I've seen the ones where people are taking £15 carp and pike in carrier bags home for the pot, and it's been reported, and the EA have been quite fast to deal with that type of incident. When we've reported it, they've patrolled and they've caught them. I've also seen the other side where I've seen quite good anglers from the Eastern European area quite happily on the licence, paying the EA fee, catch and release, catching the fish, putting them in a keep net and releasing them like anybody else does. And some fantastic anglers are fishing the local water now, and they can fish and they enjoy it just as much as anybody else. You'll have to enjoy the shouting in the background. There's people swimming on the lake, come on. But yeah, embracing our way of fishing and enjoying it, and they are good anglers, and a lot of them fish matches, so it's good to see. But I do see a lot, somebody fishing a licence without, someone fishing a card without a licence is poaching, and it's just as much poaching as anywhere else. So for example, you see people from Runcorn, you know, where I grew up and I do the bailiffing, fishing the waters and slating Polish people who should be after the Polish people taking the fish, when in fact they haven't got a licence, so they're just as bad. And trying to educate them people has been just as hard as sorting out the problem with poaching. So this year bailiffing has opened my eyes to both sides of it really. I've seen the fish being taken by Eastern Europeans, I've seen local lads happily poaching the water, not buying a licence, and I've also seen the other side where I've seen some fantastic Eastern European anglers embracing our way of fishing. But yeah, in short, it does go on, and all you can keep doing is, if you see it, report it to the EA and put your faith in them to sort it out. Thank you very much for the question, a very interesting one, and one that made me think a lot about the answer. But yeah, thank you very much for the question. Right, question number 2 this week was a question about blogging. I am going to do a full-blown video on my tips on writing a blog, but he wanted my best couple of tips on he's writing a blog and he wanted my tips on what to do. The first thing I would always say, and the first biggest mistake I always see, is people fishing for the blog. Your blog is a representation of your fishing. Don't get caught up in the fact that you've got to go and catch a certain type of fish, certain size of fish for the blog. Your blog is a representation of the fishing that you do, and as such, if you're blank, you write about a blank. It all comes together then when the good times come to give a true representation of the fishing you've done. So yeah, don't get too caught up in you've got to be catching to blog. You don't always have to. It can be your blog can be a representation of what you did on that day to build the bigger picture. With regards to blogging, regular content at the same time every day gets you in a schedule and gets other people used to when your content's going to come on. So even though the numbers and you might get criticism when you start because you're learning, keep at it. Don't look at negative criticism as really bad. There'll always be them people who will look on it negatively, try and knock you down, but the good comments will always outweigh the bad. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Don't go fishing for the blog, because that's just a line to stress and worry, and it should be something that you enjoy. Enjoy your blogging as much as you're fishing, and share and try and find a niche in the market. Blogging is a lot more saturated than when I started 6, 7, 8 years ago, but yeah, enjoy it. Keep a schedule, keep going at it, and you'll get better, and the blogs will get longer. And more importantly, blog about your fishing and don't fish to blog, because that's when it becomes unenjoyable, and you can ruin your own fishing by doing that. So yeah, I will do a full blog on my tips on it, because I've done it for a number of years, but that's just my few tips, quick tips on blogging. Thank you very much again for the question. It was a really thought-provoking one. Fishing gives me a release, a place to think, and I enjoy the peace and quiet and serenity that comes with fishing. The places it takes you, the middle of Wales, middle of the countryside, miles away from anywhere. I really, really do enjoy the peace and quiet and the nature that comes with it. But catching fish sometimes is a bonus, but let's face it, that's why we go. But the thing I enjoy the most is the peace and quiet, followed closely by the adventure. You'll notice with a lot of my fishing, it has to have some type of story to it, and not an end goal, because I think setting goals like I want to catch a 20-pound pike is a bad thing to do. But say working out a venue to start getting bites, like here, I had a couple of sessions, had a couple of fish. My PB's only £18, and I've had a 16 and a 15 out of here so far, so there is potential for me to beat my PB, but that isn't the end goal. The end goal is to enjoy the adventure with catching the fish and working the place out. So I do enjoy the challenge. I don't do the things the easy way. You'll learn that with the videos as time goes on. For instance, I want to catch a barbel, and I'm doing it on the lower Dane, which is one of the hardest bits to do it on. There's a lot easier rivers to go and catch barbel. You'll find that when more of the blogs go on, I do it the hard way. But with fishing, I like the peace and quiet. It gives you somewhere to be alone with your thoughts. Certainly when my mum passed away, I did a lot of fishing, and it gave me a place to work my head through different things, and it gives you time alone to think about problems or things in life, and just a place to think things over. And yeah, a day's fishing always comes up with the answers for me. So yeah, that'd be the one thing that I'd enjoy most about fishing, is the peace and quiet. So yeah, thank you very much for that question. Right, so that brings me to the end of this week's vlog. Thank you very much if you've watched the vlog again this week, and all the people who are watching it week in, week out. If you're new around here, please take a second to like and subscribe to the channel, and check all the other content that's on here. There's videos every week, every Friday at 6 PM, and every Wednesday there's a vlog type video, and I think going forward there'll always be some type of fishing video on a Wednesday. Thank you very much. Got any questions, drop them in the link below. All the social media links are in the comments below as well. So yeah, check them out, and show me what fish you're catching on there, on the YouTube page, on the Facebook page. That's what it's there for. Thank you very much for watching. Tight lines in your own fishing, and I'll catch you all next time.